Hey everyone, this is Mr. Davidson. So I'm going to go over a little bit of each of the problems um, from this past week. So we had three different sheets that I had given you. I'm showing you on my phone because I'm using the computer to record this. So if you're on your Chromebooks, it'll look a little bit different. But here are the three different sheets that I've given you. And the other thing that's important for all of the work that I'm giving you is to look at the regular website that we've been looking at. So the schedule where we were using the schedule we used every day in class, there's still going to be some important stuff posted on there. So if we go and look at last week, so April 20th to 24th, for each of those three sheets, there's a video and there's a note. There's a video for the second one and there's a video for the third one. So that's kind of the lesson. So instead of me going through things in class, there's some videos and there's some examples that you can see as we go through. So we'll go back to the classroom. Oops. Go to classroom. We'll look at this first sheet here, which is, it looks like this. So at the top it said using equations for heating water. So I'm going to go through this first example here, and I'll leave the second example for those of you who haven't done it yet. So it says calculate the temperature of the water after 5 minutes. And they give us this equation here. They told us that this T was for temperature, and this M, they told us the number of minutes. So we're looking for what is the temperature, what is T after 5 minutes. So we know that M has to be equal to 5. We're looking at the temperature after 5 minutes. Well, if M is 5, and we have this equation T equals 5.5 M plus 20, we can put in M equals 5 into that M there. So we're going to rewrite this. So it was 5.5 times M. Now it's 5.5 times 5 plus 20. And so we're going to need to calculate that. So I'm going to pull out our calculator, see if we can get a little more light on here. There we go. So we'll do 5.5 times 5 is 27.5. We still have to add 20. So we did our multiplication first. Remember our order of operations. Now we need to add. So 27.5 plus 20 gives us 47.5. The last thing we need is 47.5. 47.5 what? They told us T is temperature of the water in degrees Celsius. So this has to be 47.5 degrees Celsius. So we can say, therefore, the water is 47.5 degrees Celsius after 5 minutes. So that would be how we do this question on the left. Now you just have this question on the right to solve yourself if you haven't already done it. So calculate the temperature of the water after 17 minutes. We did it for 5 minutes. See what you get for 17 minutes. So I'll move on to the second sheet now. So the second sheet looked like this here. So we have all these questions down here for you to do. And I gave you 3 examples up at the top. So I'm going to we'll walk you through these three examples. So the first example, this is an equation that you could be asked. X minus 9 equals 23. And we want to see, what is x? In order to see what x is, we have to see what is happening to x in our equation. So here we have an x, and we're subtracting 9 from it. So we have to do the opposite of subtraction. We need to do addition. We need to add. So we had x minus 9 equals 23. And let's get a different color here. We had we're going to add 9 to this side, because if we add 9 here, we're subtracting 9 and adding 9. That's going to cancel each other out. And we just get left with an x. But I can't just add 9 to this side. I need to add 9 to this side too. So 23 plus 9, that has to be 32. So that is what this part here is telling us. We're eventually getting to the point where we see, oh, x has to be 32. This is to double check to make sure that our answer makes sense. So when we check, we're going to look at our equation. We have x minus 9 equals 23. We found out x has to be 32, so we can put that 32 in for x and see what happens. On the left side of the equal sign, we get 32 minus 9, and that should equal 23. So let's see, 32 minus 9, we get 23. 23 equals 23. That's good, that makes sense. That means that yes, x equals 32. If we get something different here, that means somewhere along the way something went wrong. Something didn't quite go the way we wanted it to. But that's what that check is there, is to make sure that our answer makes sense. So this next one is relatively similar. So I'm going to go and let's look at the third one. So here they tell us minus 25 plus x equals negative 8. So that was this question right here. Negative 25 plus x equals negative 8. So negative 25 plus x, what's happening to that x? Well, we have a minus 25 with the x. So if we have a minus 25 with x, we need to add. We need to do the opposite of that subtraction. This is a minus 25. We need to do the opposite of that. So the opposite is adding. So we're going to add 25 to both sides. Minus 25 and plus 25, that gives us 0. Those are going to cancel out. And then we just get left with an x here. On the other side, we have a minus 8 and plus 25. So if you don't remember how to do that, we can put it in our calculators. We have negative 8 plus 25. That's going to give us 17. So x should be equal to 17. So we're going to do our check now. And remember, we're just putting what we got for x into the equation. So we got 17. So we're going to put that in and see what is negative 25 plus 17, because we had x was 17. So negative 25 plus 17 is -8. Perfect, that's just what we wanted. -8 is -8. So that means that yes, this is correct too. X equals 17. So there were a couple more here, and all I want you to do is follow that same format. So for instance, here's the first one I want you to do and try on your own. So here we have an x plus 5. We need to do the opposite, so we need a negative. We need to subtract 5 from both sides. I'll give you that hint, and I'll let you try those on your own. Let me know if you have any questions on that. And for now, let's look at the third sheet. So the third topic was combining like terms. And this sheet looked like this. And I tried to use colors to explain it a little bit, but I'll go over it with you as well here. So we might be asked to simplify expressions like this. So we have 4m plus 6n plus 9m minus 3n. We can only add or subtract things that are the same. So I've highlighted in yellow, here we have a 4m, here we have a 9m. Those are the only things that have m. In the green, we have the only things that have n. They have different letters, they have different variables. So we can't combine things that are different, only things that are the same. So that 4m plus 6, let's keep it up here so you can see, plus 6n plus 9m minus 3n, I can only combine these two that both have m's together. So if I have 4 m's here and I have 9 m's here, if I combine those, 4 and 9 together, that's going to give us 13m. Then here we had 6n and a minus 3n, and I can only combine n's together. I can't combine them with m's at all. They're different things. So a positive 6 and a negative 3, positive 6 minus 3 gives us positive 3n. And this is as simple as I can make it. I can see now that I made a mistake here. This should have been a plus 3. It's 13m plus 3n. So why don't I go through another example with you here? Let's do number 6 on your sheet. So number 6 is minus 7 minus 4f minus 8f plus 3. So I can combine a minus 7 and a plus 3 together. So I'm going to write them right beside each other. I'll take an extra step here, and I can combine a minus 4f and a minus 8f together. Minus 7 plus 3. So I have a negative 7, and I'm going to go towards the positives by 3. That gives us negative 4. And then I have minus 4 of something and minus 8 of something. The two negatives together, we get an even more negative thing. We're going to get minus 12 of those f's. So these 4 things, we can combine into 2, and we get minus 4 minus 12f. So that's for number 6 right there. Minus 4 minus 4 minus 12f. So there's an example from each of those sheets. If you still want to go through anything with me, let me know. I can now do some live video stuff. We've been told, so maybe that will help. But for now, keep up the good work. A lot of you are working very hard, and I hope all is well with you, and you'll hear from me soon. Have a good day. Bye.